What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Wrestling Junkies podcast, Mr. Cincinnati. And as always, I am joined by the podcast dad himself, Choops. How we doing? I like the shirt.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm doing well. It's a fine Wednesday afternoon, evening, whenever we are in. But yeah, I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
Can't complain. I've got my second margarita of the evening here. It looks like you've got yourself a seltzer, so cheers. I love that koozie, by the way. It never gets old.
I do too. Thank you, Action.
Yeah. And shout out to Action Wrestling. Remember, they've got Dean coming up over Double or Nothing weekend. Incredible opportunity to be presented by AEW and Ring of Honor. So shout out to Matt Griffin and the crew. And thank you so much for joining us as well. As always, make sure that you follow us on X and TikTok at Junkies Pod. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram at Wrestling Junkies Pod. But most importantly, do us a favor, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are on the road to 500 subscribers. We need your help to get there. Podcast Dad, the current count is 465. We are 35 away from hitting that goal. Tell our friends what they should do.
Just tell one person. If you like what we're doing here, if you like wrestling, if you like fun content, if you like to hear witty banter back and forth between two pretty good friends, I would say. Not great yet, because the Bengals are going to get their ass kicked on the opening weekend of Sunday Night Football. But, yeah, come join us. We have a lot of fun.
This motherfucker woke up and chose violence today. I'm going to take my glasses off because I don't think I heard you correctly.
I'm going to take mine off too. How about that? Yeah.
Put yours back on.
Put yours back on. Put yours back on and I'll put mine back on.
You remind me of Steve Smith from American Dad without glasses.
Yeah. Put it on. Put your glasses back on. Yeah. You can play at that game. Right. I'm a parent. Yeah, I will wait this out.
Treat me like one of your dependents.
I will.
Let's not. Anyway, subscribe to our channel. Tell your friends. Tell your mom. Tell your situationship. Tell your dispensary worker.
You can tell your dependents.
You can tell your dependents if you would like to. Fernando is in the house. He's early. Shout out, buddy. Good to see you. Great Brown Hope is also in the chats as well. He just put out an incredible top 5 at 5 dedicated to Shayna Baszler, Queen of Spades, which surprises none of us at the Main Event Wrestling Network because of how hard he stands for her, and we absolutely love that. And we love the Main Event Wrestling Network at mainevent_net on all social media platforms. Seriously, if you love blogs, live podcasts, live streams, fan art, memes, vicious rants, karaoke sometimes, you name it, we have it. So give us a follow at mainevent_net on all social media platforms. Podcast Dad, Coastal Empire Wrestling's most recent event, Bedlam in the Brew House, is in the books. It is streaming live on YouTube right now. We will be bringing After the Empire in the coming days, breaking down all of the chaos. It truly was Bedlam. I think that's the appropriate word for it.
It was. And then I have just to kind of preview what next month looks like, I have a big-time moral dilemma in one of the title matches. So,
yeah, you do. And Great Brown Hope anytime. Got to support the crew. And shout out Gorilla Press Apparel. He mentioned us to his dispensary person over the weekend, and that's perfect. Give us a shout out. Thanks to Will and our friends at Gorilla Press Apparel. .bigcartel.com. Promo code WJP2024 gets you 25% off site-wide. Podcast Dad, what if I told you that our latest haul of merch from Gorilla Press Apparel should be here within the next 24 to 48 hours? What would you say?
I would tell you that I will be at your place when that drops. So let me know.
That also includes an item that you have very much wanted to see, or at least want to have on your head for a very long time. So there's a lot to be excited about.
It will be worn every show I have a hat on now. If that is there, every show that you will see me on with where I'm wearing a hat, I will have that hat on.
Can confirm. You guys have heard me talk enough. It's time to introduce our guests tonight. We came across these two on TikTok and quite frankly saw their content, knew that we wanted to have them on the show. Relatively newer podcast, the Main Event Mamas podcast. These are incredible women that we're getting to chat with here tonight. Without further ado, please welcome Kiera and Tanisha to the show. Ladies, thank you so much for joining us. How are you?
Good. Really good. So Wednesday, so halfway through it.
It is a Wednesday. It is. It's a fun day. We're halfway through it, like you said. But yeah, no. Thank you for both for being on. We're excited to have you guys on. I think I'm gonna. Yes, we do. Actually, Great Brown Hope. Yes, we do. We'll come back to that. I think we want to get started with just kind of your backstory and how you both got into wrestling and how you guys started this podcast.
Yeah. I think do you want to start, Nisha?
You can start. You got this.
All right. So we're sisters, for real. 100% sisters. And
Awesome.
we grew up together. We share a father, so we're about half sisters. But if you listen to our podcast, we'll get a chance to kind of talk about that. And how that didn't really matter. In our family, we have a lot of siblings. But we grew up with wrestling. I keep telling people, like, I probably started listening to it in the womb because our dad was a huge wrestling fan. So I grew up listening to Ric Flair woo, and I grew up love with Macho Man and Elizabeth and the Mega Powers. And then, growing up all through the Nitro era and all of the things. So definitely grew up with it, and on both sides of my family. So my mom's side, my aunt was a huge fan, and I got to go to a lot of events. And then secondly, we started the podcast because I was having a conversation. I talk a lot about my sisters to people, and they were like, y'all have the most random conversation. Because I would just share, tidbits here and there. And I was like, you know what? I feel like we need to let everybody in. We need to invite them to our tribe because we're moms. You know what I'm saying? We're a little older, not too old. You know what I'm saying? But we've seen.
Yeah, stop saying we old. We not that old.
That.
It's fine. Eric's in his 50s. It's fine.
Okay. So good to know. Good to know. But we definitely wanted to just let people in. I didn't find that there was a lot of content that represented us. I listened to a lot of podcasts, and I always would yell at the podcaster, like, the backstory that I knew. Like, you don't know this history. You can't speak about this if you don't know it. And so I thought I'd just let us in. So our podcast covers wrestling. It covers some parenting talk. We covered relationships last episode, yes. and then we just get on wrestling and dive into all the things.
I don't really have much other to add that one thing I can say was the idea that we thought about 2 years ago, and we just decided to pull the plug once we both got laid off.
We did.
And it just seemed like this was the perfect time to do it. But that doesn't matter anything else because we are still busy. We are very busy, just having multiple things going on. But it's definitely fun doing it with someone who knows me best. And eventually one day y'all meet our other sister because she's supposed to be part of this too.
Yeah, there's a third one.
Man. Yes, we'll have to have you back on when you get her back, involved in that podcast.
I don't know if you're ready for her.
No. I joke and say I'm the favorite, right? But she, I don't know. Y'all may start falling in love with her, and I just go to the back burner because she's very opinionated, but she has very strong ideas. She's an incredible mom, businesswoman, all these different things that's going on. And we're just trying to keep building our empire. So ultimately, that's why we are who we are.
That's right.
Love it.
Fantastic. Well, welcome once again. Thank you for joining us. NXT is in the book, ladies. There's a little bit to break down here. We're about a week and some change away from Battleground. A lot kind of happened last night, but I want to start with the opener, No Quarter Catch Crew coming out with Miles Bourne. Miles Bourne really getting an opportunity to speak and give a lengthier promo for the first time, at least that I can remember, in his NXT run. I personally think that he knocked it out of the park. Tanisha, I want to start with you and just your thoughts on the segment last night, how they're presenting him as far as being number one contender to Obafemi in a week and a half.
Now, Eric, if you watch our podcast, y'all know I don't watch NXT like that. I'm not there yet.
We're trying. I'm trying to convert her.
The problem I have with NXT is something that it's one of those things where it's like, y'all are babies. I don't know if I really want to watch babies, but I'm not there yet. The person who will know better is Kiara.
Okay.
Hey,
okay.
Yes,
I have to be honest. I'm not going to see.
Yeah.
I can't blow my way through this one.
We'll get you there. Don't worry. We'll get you there.
That's all right.
I'm hoping y'all can help me. Y'all can help me convince her to spend some time with NXT because she's like, absolutely not. This is a conversation we have every single week when I'm like, did you see? And she's like, no. But I will answer your question. I will tell you, I thought it was a great promo. I was a little shocked when he won, kind of that, contenders match, because I was like, who is this? Who is this supposed to be? I'm really confused. But I kind of started to fall in love with him a little bit yesterday and hear about his his disability and how he wants to rise above it, right? And how that he doesn't want that to define him. And so I'm a little bit more interested. I'm still reserving a little bit of the judgment totally, but I'm a little bit more on board because at first I had question marks all throughout my head and my eyes, like who is this and what happened? Yeah. So,
question: who is this and who has a disability? Because I will go back. I will actually go and watch it. Who is it?
Miles Bourne. So he is he is partially deaf. I think he's the only deaf wrestler on the WWE roster right now. He bears a very striking resemblance to Randy Orton that has gotten him a lot of hype on social media, which is why a lot of people are behind him because he has a look. When you see him, he has a look that says, "Hey, this is the opportunity to take a chance on a guy like Miles Bourne," mostly because he has been kind of in the background of No Quarter Catch Crew. That was kind of a Charlie Dempsey-led sort of effort, but now they're all starting to spread out to do Josh Barnett's Bloodsport and different events. That now he's starting to get some traction behind him, and we are in this weird time right now. And we talk about this on our show all the time. Obafemi he's an incredible champion. Eventually, you're going to run out of challengers for him. So now it's we are making new challengers for Obafemi, and this is Miles' opportunity. It also came out earlier today that I guess he is dating Stephanie Vaquer right now too. So they she met the family over Derby weekend last weekend, and it's got the internet buzzing.
He's a very handsome man. I also wanted to point that out.
All right. Well, okay. I'll look into it. Y'all, we'll talk about it.
Shout out to Garrett. You know what I'm saying?
That was a plot twist.
So
yes, it is.
So that's my brother. That's the official fact checker for the show. So it's a family affair around the wrestling.
Wonderful.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yes.
I hate Miles Bourne. After the news came out today, I hate Miles Bourne.
Well, because of Stephanie, right?
Oh, big time.
Okay.
Big time.
I was gonna say, wait, he has so many good qualities that you're talking about right now. Why you hate him?
I was behind him, and now I'm like, well, he can't win the NXT title too. Like he can't win everything. Come on.
What a world.
Yeah, Stephanie's an Aries, like me, and so.
Oh, okay.
I'm Stephanie, as I like to call her. Like I love her, so I can understand how there were feelings.
Yeah,
I can understand where you might feel that way and feel a little bitter.
It's fine. It's fine. Look, it was a good segment. It's good to get his voice out there. It's good to kind of establish who he is because we need a background. Is he going to beat Obafemi? No, he's not. I was a little disappointed with the match last night with Obafemi and Charlie Dempsey. I wanted a little bit more. I think we talked about it the day before. Kind of wanted a little bit more of a test, but we didn't really get that. And that's okay. Charlie Dempsey's not the challenger, so it's okay. We need to get Miles Bourne. No, but I'm just gonna say it's okay for now because they're clearly they see something in Bourne and not Dempsey. Dempsey's time will come. I hope. Yeah. Like just put William Regal on the screen, please. Please just put him on the screen. Like I need that. Please, just go manage your son. It'll be good. I promise it'll be good.
Well, they did the anti thing, right? They put him against
they did.
Dempsey with
don't even say his name. Don't say his name.
I'm sorry.
Don't say his name.
Sorry. But I have a lot of the same kind of feelings. Like this is they have such a monster in Obafemi. And again, Nisha, another person for you to keep your eye on.
Correct.
There. Very, very handsome man. So, but that's my problem with NXT right now is like we have all these mid-card people. It feels like they keep bringing in, even with the signings, right? They keep bringing in mid-card people. And I'm like, what you going to do? Now they have Trick hanging out with TNA, you know what I mean? And there's like nobody. It's like a desert. And I would just like to see them do a better job. But I think we're in a bit of a tricky spot with NXT that they just don't have the charisma that has been there the last few years with the Bronze and the Mellows and the Tricks even. I was like, Trick, I can't even see him staying down there much longer. Like it's about time for him to join Mello on the roster and get rid of Miz, that situation going on there and just replace. Let's just, copy and paste, replace, alt, delete. Like
I saw a fun fan theory of where Trick Williams should go on the main roster. It was So, there is a certain group that might need a third man here soon.
I
Oh,
know. Oh, Seth and them. That's what we call them.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying that could be a way to elevate Trick if you think you're gonna get behind Trick, like put him with Seth.
I mean, I'm not sure if you guys saw that graphic, but WrestleMania put this out. We've seen this before. Here we are now, where the chips are down. If there was ever a time to add some additional muscle, Trick Williams, I think that he would shine in that role. I mean, you've already got the muscle with a Braun Breaker, but there's a swag that Trick Williams could bring to that group that Seth Rollins, for as flashy as he is and for everything that we love Seth Rollins for, Trick Williams just brings an X factor that would hit different with that group.
Yeah, I could see the chemistry. I could see that being a really nice addition, because you're right. He has a bit of swag, and he's such a great talker where Braun is okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not the best. He gets the job. He gets the job done. And Seth, we know Seth. We've lived with Seth for years and years, and we know Seth. So they need a third person who's a new person. So I'd like to see it. I think that's a good theory. I love it.
I do like it.
Yeah.
I think so too. I know who Trick is, so I think so too. I think that's a good one.
Good. You know who Joe Hendry is, right?
I don't like him. I know who he is, but I don't like him.
Who doesn't like Joe Hendry? You guys.
Listen, first off, his whole entrance, I think it's the most stupidest thing ever in the universe.
I feel like Beyonce at the Grammys right now. This is I don't know what to say.
I
think it's corny. I think it's
welcome. You want to know how our podcast goes? This is what happened. Oh, look at them drinking. We should have bought libations.
I should have. Oh wait, yeah. I can go get one. You
don't
deserve one. After your comment, you don't deserve one.
First off, I have a right to my opinion. Okay, I understand.
You sure do. Yes,
you do.
3-1, but I think it's corny when they be like, "What? Say his name. Who say hi? Who are you?"
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Do not say his name. He is not Beyonce. This ain't Destiny's Child.
Hey, look,
no.
Even Garrett's upset too. Man. It takes a lot to upset Garrett.
Oh, you had a sip too?
Really does.
Man. Don't worry. I'm a sip too. Y'all gonna say something crazy. I'm gonna have to go get a sip too.
That's all right.
I'd never say anything crazy. I'm never off the cuff.
All right.
Welcome to what happens.
Yeah, thoughts on Joe Hendry aside, TNA Championship is on the line. Trick Williams, Joe Hendry, first time a TNA Championship is going to be defended in a WWE ring. I mean, at this point, and Tanisha, I know that you're not, following NXT as closely, but the big thing kind of right now is Trick Williams, and this was kind of said in the contract signing that they did last night. Trick Williams has no path to the NXT Championship as we stand here right now. Doesn't have a path to the North American Championship as we stand here right now. TNA Championship next week, that's kind of it for him. If he loses this match against Joe Hendry, it's kind of a where does he go from here sort of thing. As we look at this story right now here and just kind of from a, being given that information here, this TNA partnership with WWE, do you think that it's time that the title changed hands as part of this partnership?
Yeah, why not? What's the point of having a partnership if you're not going to actually exchange titles? So I think, to hear that, saying that there's nowhere else for him to go, that sounds kind of crazy. I mean, that's sad. So I think he should get it. Like, if anything, get that, and because he's been over there. I've seen clips. So he's been over there. They've been going back and forth. So why not? Give it. I always feel like championships should definitely, they have their titles, they have their little reigns, but there are certain people who should have them for longer period of time or shorter period of time. So I think he should do it. I think Trick would be good. He's very handsome to look at. And why not? Why not? See, I don't know. That's it. That's how I feel.
I'm good with that.
Hell yeah. Kiara, what do you think?
I mean, okay. So this is a bit of a tricky one for me because I'm just ready for Trick to move on. And I think, like she just said, like, it's crazy that there's nowhere for him to go. But again, I think that means he's outgrown it, right? I think that like there's no reason for you to be sticking around at NXT. It's time to go. So where do you go next?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a little split because TNA is admittedly not something I spend a lot of time watching, just because it's not an easy viewing thing for me. Like I don't have it, who has cable anymore?
Yeah.
But also it's just not easy for me to pick up on those episodes on YouTube. Like she said, we're kind of busy, so I watch things on the go. And it's like you have to pay. I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing that.
Mm-hmm.
For maybe something I might consider sometimes seeing. The most we see is clips on Instagram or YouTube, right? So I'm a little split in that I like seeing him on my screen, and I'd love to see him on the main roster, and I'm just ready for him to hang out with us full time on Mondays or on Fridays, and not necessarily do that with TNA. And secondly, I think it's tricky when you have someone who's not the champion when you're a title. It can look kind of awkward, right? Unless he's going to spend an extended period down there.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I that's my thoughts.
Sure. No, and I think that those are all valid points here, because we've kind of been going back and forth about this since they just announced the partnership, even before it was really necessarily in anything in writing that was super formal. We see this battle royal that Joe Hendry shows up in last year in NXT, and he is either the first or the second eliminated. And I'm beside myself and thinking, what the fuck? You're bringing in a guy like Joe Hendry who's over like Rover, and you're going to just waste the potential. Boy, was I wrong. Don't say anything else about that, Chris. And here we are a year later, and he got to wrestle Randy at WrestleMania. So massive opportunity for Joe Hendry. But as far as Trick Williams goes, it is a weird purgatory, because even if you go to the main roster, then it becomes, what do you do there? The World Heavyweight Championship scenes on both shows are very clearly, the spots are accounted for. I don't necessarily want to see him go to the tag division with Mello, because they might be starting that Aleister Black program, which was really, I think, the only reason Miz was involved in the first place, just to get that. I'm going to save the day eye to eye, and then we'll come back to this at a later date. I do worry that if you were to go up right now, absent being the third man in this new group with Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, Paul Heyman, he's getting lost in the shuffle just as quickly as Mello did.
Yeah, that's fair, because Mello did get lost, and it was one of my biggest frustrations is that I loved him in NXT, but when you put him in a big pond, it was hard for him to differentiate himself. But I feel like he has a ticket on his back now. Like they're definitely investing in him, as you can see from that really ugly $2 ginormous necklace. So, I mean, I think he has a good ticket moving forward. But yeah, you're right. To that point, what happens to Trey?
Yeah, no, it's we will see what happens. But let's turn our attention to the women's division really, really quickly here. Stephanie Vicaire and Jordan Grace teaming up to take on Fallon Henley and JC Jane. No Jasmine Nix. Podcast Dad, I want to start with you on this one. State of the women's division in NXT as a whole right now. The roster seems deeper than ever. But much like the fact checker stated, there's a weird purgatory in WWE right now, even in the women's division, which is the best in company history as we sit here right now with just the sheer depth of the roster. What do you think about this interaction with JC Jane, Fallon Henley, and Stephanie Vicaire, Jordan Grace?
I don't like Fatal Attraction, or whatever the hell they're called.
Influence.
Toxic Attraction.
Whatever.
Fatal Influence. Toxic
Fatal Attraction. I'm gonna call them that.
It's a good movie.
I'm not a huge fan of them. It's fine. Stephanie can do other things. Stephanie's another one that just go to the main roster. Like, she went to the main roster, had a great match with EO.
Yeah.
Yep.
Load your, like, you have mid-card titles now, you have tag titles. Just go to the main roster.
Mm-hmm.
Like, NXT is supposed to be development, right? She's developed. She's fine. Go.
Yeah.
Julia, go. Roxanne, go. Rebuild your division and stack your women's division. It's fine. It's fine. I don't need Stephanie and Jordan Grace in NXT anymore. Just go to the main roster already. That's kind of where I'm at with this. Like, it is just kind of a holding pattern right now. If this is a feud at Battleground where I get JC Jane and Stephanie, okay. Like, I know the outcome. I'm not going to be that excited for it, to be honest.
Yeah, it's and this is much like the men's side too, because of how good Stephanie is. When we look at what she has been able to do in just a year, holding CMLL championships, wrestling Mercedes in AEW at one of their biggest shows of the year. Less than a month later, signing with WWE, taking her time to debut, getting to work NXT, getting to work Raw, getting to be around WrestleMania weekend and all of those shows, getting to be in the Royal Rumble, which we were there for live. When we look at her and we look at Julia, Stephanie got the larger reaction of the two of them. Julia got no reaction, which sucks, but it's great that they turned her heel because now they're actively working to change that. But yeah, Kiara, let me know what you think as far as kind of what we're seeing with Stephanie Vaquero right now and the state of the NXT Women's Championship. Let's just start there.
Yeah, I can't agree with you more. I think we're in a bit of the same problem where these are you brought some really big stars in to the NXT Women's division. And I understood why Stephanie wanted to do it. She even explained it. She's like, I need to work on my English. I need to spend some time and all of this. But she's ready. There's no reason. I actually said it a couple weeks ago. Like, get off of NXT. It's time for you to go and move on because the women's roster on Raw in particular is empty mostly. Like it's like they offloaded a bunch of talent in the releases to make room for these people that they're moving up and they're going to like showcase as stars. The problem that we have is that when you look at Fallon Henley and JC Jane, JC hasn't been relevant since Fatal. Was that? No.
Toxic Attraction. Yeah.
Thank you. Toxic. I was like, it's not Fatal. It's
That's the thing. It's just they really didn't do much to change the names between the groups.
No, they didn't. But also, she struggled since they let go of Mandy Rose, right? Like she just has been on the struggle bus. They had this great program with her and Gigi, and then it just off the cliff she went, right? Yeah. And then when you look at even Fallon, her and Kiana were a great tag team. Like we haven't seen Kiana in 955 years.
Yeah,
that's the ladder match.
I hear that return is coming though.
Me too.
It sounds like she's been in PC training. Everybody's happy with how she's handled it. She is somebody that, especially in that Women's Intercontinental Championship picture, she's got a character that just screams badass boss. That let her run with those. Like she could be almost Chelsea Green-esque kind of. That same character work, but with a little bit more seriousness. To her than we see with Chelsea Green. I think that they have a lot of similar qualities that could translate well to the mid-card scene that Raw desperately needs right now. Yeah. My thought.
Okay.
And I think after some time. I think she needs time. She needs a little bit more time, but I would say pair her with somebody like Natalia or something. Like give her somebody else to hang out with.
They've tried. They just keep releasing everyone that they pair with.
But to be fair, I would argue that if you can't shine along her, it's time for you to go. Like the problem I had with even like I'll say some of the women that they let go, I was like, I couldn't even remember their names. Like I was like, who is this again? The K and C tag team people. I don't know. The girls who come out with the streamers is what I kept referring to.
That one hurt a little bit for me. They were one of the more established tag teams. It did because they were one of the more established tag teams that WWE had for the women's tag team division since the inception of the championships, as far as a true tag team, not single stars thrown together. That eventually they were a true tag team.
Right. Does it hurt because they were the only tag team or that they had a talent that just shined off the screen?
Yes.
They were the only tag team.
Thank you. And knowing that, that's why I was like, I mean, it's time for them to go. But I don't think it's a bad thing. It'll give them time to go explore and find out who they are. Because I think one of the problems is if you don't know who you are, you can't tell us. And the creative is not going to do it for you. So you got to be able to get over on your own. You got to be able to be your own star, right? And no offense, but a lot of those people they let go of, I was like, oh, they were still on here. Like I didn't know they were still here.
Dang.
Tanisha, looked like you were getting ready to say something as well.
I was, but I was going to pretty much say, you know who should be in NXT? Who could probably be her partner?
Let's hear it.
Jade. We can just send her down, send her back, send her there. Let her use her star power. Let's maybe that could be the push. Maybe that would be what she needs, and then she would be amazing. What?
As you can tell, she has feelings.
Two
and
hot
thoughts
takes,
Jay.
one show. Good for you.
You know what? I love.
You.
I'm
Good
here
for you.
for
We're gonna
this.
have to get into it. We're gonna have you guys back and get into it for sure.
Yeah, this
we
team's
need to talk
piping
main
hot.
roster because
Oh no, not you taking a drink.
I saw something when I said no yeet. I saw some.
Oh, who said no yeet? Who said that?
Me.
Why do you?
Me.
He said that.
Why are you saying no yeet? What's wrong with you?
What?
How
You
much
like
time do
mid
you
card
have?
Jey Uso?
I know.
Just
He
saying.
said it. He said
I
it. It's
give
crazy.
that look and I clutch my pearls at least 4 times a week. I get it.
Fine. Hey,
I get
mid card
it.
Jey Uso's got a lot of fans.
I
Good
get
for
it.
him. He can't
my
even
God.
main event
Wow.
Saturday night's main event. So have fun.
Oh, and he's going to win.
But
He's
it's
gonna
not
main
his
event.
fault. It's because
How's
you
it
have
not
to
his fault?
understand.
How's
It's
it not his fault?
his fault. It's the way that they're booking all of these things. If you have CM Punk and Seth Rollins, and you have all of these huge stars, how are you
You're
going
making my
to put
argument for
Jay?
me.
How are you going to put Jay like, hey, by the way? And then I would argue Logan Paul, seriously? Logan Paul? That's going to be a contender for Jay? I don't want him in anybody's main event. Not never.
Yeah.
So come on. Give him a contender. Give him somebody that we would want to see and give us time to build a feud that we care about. But they're not doing that. Logan Paul just keeps hitting him in the face. And I want to hit Logan Paul in the face.
Yeah, this is simply. I think my thought on this is that this is kind of just a holding pattern. I'm going to bring the graphic up again because we're talking about there is always a plan B. The plan B is in that picture in the bottom right corner. His name is Sami Zayn. I'm going to die on this hill. Sami Zayn cost Jey Uso the World Heavyweight Championship at SummerSlam, aligns with Seth Rollins in the process. They eventually split. Sammy wins the Rumble in Saudi, and then we're off to WrestleMania in New Orleans, where he swiftly dethrones Seth Rollins in a potential match of the year contender. That's where from my lips to God's ears.
You really think? I mean, granted, I understand Sammy's history, so I'm not going to say it's not a possibility, but I just don't see that. I see CM Punk more turning on Jay or Sammy quicker than Sammy's turning on Jay. Like so I can see that.
We can all agree Jay's gonna go away, right?
No. I didn't say that. Never said that. Never said any of that. I even say.
I just heard a whole. I just heard a whole plan about him losing the title, and then
I never said. Well, first off, I never said nothing about losing the title. I just said that I can see someone turning on him. And the only person who will have to gain the turn on him is CM Punk. I never said he was going to lose the title. I don't think he's going to lose the titles right now. I don't think he's going to lose it if he does it at Money in the Bank. I don't even think he's going to lose at SummerSlam. I think they're going to hold on to it for a little bit because the person who probably is going to take it from him, I'm not going to lie, because that match between him and Seth was amazing. I do think Seth is going to take it, but I don't think it's happening right now. I don't think he's gonna. I don't think Logan Paul. First off, Logan Paul don't even deserve that title, so I don't even think he's going to get it. And then on top of it, correct. Or like I said, the person who I can see turning is CM Punk because he has no loyal bone in his body. He's only loyal because it needs to be done right now because he's mad. Once he's over that, then he can discard whoever. That's how I feel. But
and he's loyal to the dollars. You know what I'm saying? He's loyal to the dollars and whatever he got to do to get it. And he told us that. He told us. So believe the man.
CM Punk's going to go wrestle John Cena at Money in the Bank. That's what's going to happen.
And
that's a whole nother conversation.
Okay. Even if he does that, he's still not going to win the title. John is still going to continue having the title. John is not going to lose the title until he is ready to retire.
Yep.
Yeah.
If that, I almost want them to let him take it home and see. I want him to ruin wrestling. What does that mean? Can someone, anyone, tell me how he's going to ruin wrestling?
It's very much akin to the 2011 story in Chicago. I think the only thing I did not like about that, once Punk walked out, he was gone for 2 weeks. It was one of those things where it should have been a month, 2 months, 3 months. Like literally, let us forget that Phil Brooks had that championship. Just let him sit at home for 90 days. He had already signed a new deal at that time. 2 weeks is not enough to make you think, oh, this is, okay, this is a part of the story. Genuinely let us forget, because the music, when you hear Cult's personality play for the first time, when he's, it's before we got the massive pop, that element of suspense. They could have drawn that out way longer than they actually did, and there's a lot they could have done here. Punk right now, I think he finds his way migrating to the WWE Championship scene, kind of staying away from the big gold title and what's going on over there. This is just kind of a
shut your mouth. Don't say it again.
Really.
Say it again.
Really?
Say it again.
Fighting words.
Say it again.
He doesn't like that I refer to that one right there as big gold as well.
Because it's not.
Oh.
Because it's not. Because that one right there is big gold.
Here we go.
Okay.
On
Boys
today's
fighting
edition of
over
Who Wore
toys.
It Best, I did.
No. That's not big gold. Like you cannot, because Jey Uso would never hold that.
Nonsense.
If David fucking Arquette can hold that, I think Jey Uso can.
Oh, so you're comparing Jey Uso to David Arquette? Cool.
No, we're just saying that
Thank you.
David Arquette.
You guys have done a great
definitely
job
not the
proving
standard.
my point. No,
I don't think so. Right. That's right. No yeet to that.
No yeet. No yeet.
I feel like I need to get your wife to babysit the next time that we're on this fucking pot.
She is now. It's not babysitting, it's parenting. I don't babysit, I parent.
Your ass.
Oh, no. She already does that.
Yeah, I know.
Why do you think I'm still here? How many times I've been saved from walking out in the middle of the street? Last Friday was one of those.
I hope you send her flowers on a regular and tell her how much you appreciate her.
And not just on Mother's Day or Valentine's Day. It should be every day.
Whoa.
Here's how awesome the podcast mom is. I just want to throw this out there for the record. SummerSlam Cleveland last year was over her 40th birthday weekend, and she still was down to go. They went out and had a lovely afternoon/evening away from the rest of us. So if there's one thing the podcast does, is he properly thanks his wife for getting to banter around with us for a half hour, 45 minutes plus at a time. So shout out to Heather. She a real one.
Okay.
Good
Shout out
job.
to Heather.
Shout out to Heather.
Yes.
Everybody calm down now. Everybody's yelling at me because I got mad with Jey Uso.
It's because you fucking started it.
That he did.
Language. This is a
That he did.
Thank you.
He did start.
Also, a comment from the fact checker, Tanisha. Your expressions are me all day. If you knew the fact checker, if you could see the faces of the fact checker, I bear the brunt of them. I get it.
You deserve it though.
Fuck you. He feels seen today. That's all I want to get out there.
You deserve it though. Shout out Garrett. We love you, Garrett.
Thanks, Garrett.
But let's regroup here. As we kind of wind down WWE talk, we'll get into just a quick preview of AEW. Tanisha, I'll start with you. What else in WWE is exciting you right now? What stories are you getting into? What are you investing in? What do you want to see more of? Just, floor yours.
Wow, that's a hard, complex question. Let's see. I mean, I'm excited about what they're going to have for Jay. I'm excited to actually see what's going to end up transpiring with Seth and how they're going to maneuver Paul in there. I wish I really can say I'm excited about the women's division because I'm really not. They need to get themselves together on that and get a better women's division and stop recycling the same stories. There's so many other stories that they could be doing. Let's see, what else can I tell? I'm also excited for when Roman actually comes back and what will actually happen and what will be where would he play in? Because we're forgetting about Roman. Roman is gone. We don't know when he coming back, but when he does come back, where is he going to play in this? Because we already know he's going to probably either go after Seth or go after Paul, or maybe not. Maybe he's going to have a whole identity crisis and he's trying to figure his life out. So I'm excited to see what they're going to do with him. And I am excited that they're bringing new talent up, but my fear is that they may, just like when they always bring new talent up, they somehow get lost in the shuffle. So I really need creative to figure their lives out and try to, make people actually stay invested. I get it. It's also our wrestlers' job to keep us invested, but it's also creative. Creative have to make good storylines to make the wrestlers believe in what they are trying to sell. And if they don't believe in what they're trying to sell, then that's not going to work. I'm also excited to see where they're going to take Naomi. We're on this trajectory, but I need to know where she's going. Because I think right now, the beef and the feud between her and Jade is starting to dwindle down too. Because now it's like, all right, what are we doing with that? And And I would love to see what they're going to do with Charlotte and how they're going to play her out. That's it.
He is just fighting.
You just
not my
here.
queen.
No, Naomi's going to be.
He gets a little feisty.
Oh, for sure.
Naomi,
I believe
before
that.
the year is out. Yeah.
She needs to win that title.
We're ready.
For sure.
We're definitely ready, but she still needs to have good contenders to go against. So like bringing Nia back, like certain things, like, yes, you have these strong people, but how are you really going to use them? Stop recycling the same storylines to get them in the front. You can do so many other things with them.
And I think
Bianca's
one thing
at home right now.
What's that?
I said Bianca's at home. There's your first challenger right there.
Yeah.
Naomi.
Yeah, and especially
You know what?
we're in kind of that post lull where a lot of the larger names will take a couple of weeks to a couple of months off just to recharge, which is great because you can have everybody else kind of establish stories that can eventually fade into the background when these names come back. There is a lot to like about it right now, but I do agree, especially because with Jade and Naomi, that was I think the stat was the first singles women's match at WrestleMania that did not have a stipulation or a championship attached to it. I think it was that specific. That shows what you can do with the right storytelling. This was an event. Jade getting attacked happened in November. We didn't get the climax until February, and that the patience was worth it because they just kind of kept breadcrumbing us until here we are watching Elimination Chamber, and we get that massive pop in the return and the ass beating of a lifetime. A lot to enjoy about that. I agree that the women's division needs more stories. Before we transfer to AEW, let's talk about Women's Intercontinental Championship, the heel turn of Becky Lynch. The fact that she is just leaning into, you guys have all this shit to say about me. It's like, you know what? Fine. I am whatever you say I am. Kiara, your thoughts on the man's heel turn?
Love. Can't say that enough because that's my girl. It's about time she leaned in to that feeling of, y'all keep talking shit about me. She can do no right for the internet wrestling community. So it's about time she's like, F all y'all, and I'm just going to do me. I knew when she sat down on that buckle, we was about to be in for a journey. And I was excited at the story and where she's going. And I thought she beats a lot of their asses on the way. I mean, honestly, we don't have enough real heels in the women's division. And I think it's time. Like, we have all these goodies that aren't really like selling anything. So give me the man with an attitude and some swag, and I'm down. And wherever she goes, she lights it up. So I'm a fan always.
Well, you may have a big heel on the way. Big free agent getting ready to, I think, sign with WWE. So
which one?
Mariah May.
I have thoughts.
Hey, you want to talk about a heel?
You know what? Let's lead off with those thoughts. Let's hear it. Give me your thoughts. Let's hear them. Okay,
listen. I'm gonna say, me and AEW, we broke up because after watching Bryan Danielson, Daniel Bryan, whatever, get almost killed on my TV screen was the last time I was going to pay $50 to watch murder. That was the last time I was going to go.
It was the first time.
You only know that. That was the last time. Okay? And then I loved Toni Storm. I loved her from when she was in NXT and WWE and all of the things. And I love who she became. I thought AEW was a perfect place for her to really explore. But Mariah May just felt like Toni Storm light. Like, I was like, why are we here with this girl? Like, who are you and why do I care about you? So I just felt like it was duplicitous over and over again. And I was like, I don't care. It's just more. And the fight with both of them, I was like, one blonde, two blondes. Who am I looking at? I didn't care.
Okay. All right.
But I could see her in WWE because, again, they need to rebuild. Like my sister said, they need to rebuild the women's division. And if they can potentially do something to really kick that off, maybe. I just don't know who she would be. Like, if you're going to be the same thing, you don't need to come here. Go to TNA. That's fair.
And I want to bring this comment up from Fernando here. May is staying in AEW. There is no solid proof she's leaving to WWE. And you are absolutely correct. Like, and you say this on our show all the time. nothing is official until we see somebody walk through the curtain on their respective show. However, Fernando, I do encourage you to look at it this way. Mariah May got her start in modeling and did a lot of work for WWE modeling merchandise and apparel, even as she was working her way up in the wrestling business. It sounds like she's been very vocal about, I would love to work there someday, that she's going to keep her options open there. I think that Tony Khan is going to be smarter about it this time so that he does not have a Stephanie Vaquero situation happen again to him. The fact that this contract, from what we're hearing by all accounts, was only for 2 years for Mariah May, that's already a Tony Khan issue in and of itself. You only let her sign a 2-year deal. But then again, you don't necessarily know where things are going to go in that time span as you're signing those contracts. I get that. If I'm Tony Khan, I'm going to be trying like hell to re-sign her as best I can. But it does sound like she is going to entertain an offer from WWE, which, if given the opportunity, she should, because from a business standpoint, they're making more money than ever before. They have a lot more as far as resources, from not just the standpoint of looking at it from as a fan, but as somebody who's looking for to earn a living. There's a lot more to be excited about when it comes to WWE. And those are things that we don't necessarily get to look at because we're just fans breaking down the action. These are people that are doing this for their livelihood and to support themselves. If I'm Mariah May, WWE can back up a Brinks truck or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 more so than Tony Khan can. Yes, he's a billionaire's son with NFL money. WWE is a publicly traded company. Like, you're very rarely losing those bidding wars over money. Podcast Dad, I got to interrupt real quick. He hasn't been in the fucking chat since before WrestleMania. It's good to see the king. Thank you so much for joining. Put that fucking down. All right.
Also, where's Mariah May been? She's not hurt.
She's at home.
We saw the same thing with the Lucha Brothers.
Because,
we saw the same thing with Malachi. Like, we saw
Daniel
the same
Garcia
thing with Rusev. Like,
yeah. And Ricky Saints, too.
Ricky Saints saw the same thing. They were home. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I just wanted to say one thing about that. I agree to the nth degree, because the WWE is a enterprise. And if you look at a lot of their stars, they're signed with, they even just added like a sport entertainment division for TKO. So they're sending their superstars out into the entertainment world. If I'm Mariah May, I'm like, sign me up to where I can go become a brand by myself, elevate myself, start doing movies like Liv, like Drew, like Becky, so I can be a star when I don't feel like tussling around in the ring anymore.
Yeah.
Sure. That's fair.
Yeah,
I got the card if you want me to break it down real quick for AEW Beach Break. AEW World. Oh, I'm sorry. You want to? What?
I just didn't know that it was a branded show, but I never.
Yeah, it's another one. It's another one. And they're in Chicago, which makes sense for the Beach Break. So you have Josh Alexander and Takeshita taking on Adam Page and Will Ospreay.
Okay. All right.
Okay. That's fine.
Is Will Ospreay done talking shit about WWE, or is he going to spend all his life?
He's not, but he needs to be. Yeah. It's.
Can he just let it go?
I do. However,
also, somebody else that got into a little hot water because he can't keep his mouth shut. Ricochet takes on Zach Gowen.
Also, stop talking shit. Find something to do.
Wait, I thought that match already happened.
No, he attacked him last week.
Oh, okay.
He took his leg off.
Okay. Yeah.
Bobby Lashley.
Oh, that's who he took the leg off of? I saw the thing, but I didn't. I just
felt like
it
felt like a Street Profits part two, right?
I saw the pictures of that and I thought, this is what it looked like when I was 12, and here I am at almost 35, and this is happening again to Zach Gallen.
That was not Brock. Ricochet is not Brock Lesnar.
I'm just saying we've seen
when
similar.
When I was 12, that was scary. That was what I saw was not that scary.
Bobby
Lashley
answers
MJF. Don't interrupt. Bobby Lashley answers MJF. We'll see what happens there.
Okay. All right.
We have a 4-way eliminator for the AEW. I guess not for the AEW champion, but Tony Storm, Mina Shirakawa, Sky Blue, and Azim. I think that's her name. The one that just won the title off of Mercedes.
Right.
Wait, Mercedes
that
lost the
look?
title?
Well, I was about to say, who? What?
Yes, she did.
Yes, Mercedes
Wait, which
lost
one?
Strong.
Rev Pro?
The New Japan Strong.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
So she's gonna beat
Before
Toni Storm.
Forbidden Door?
Yeah, so she's gonna beat Toni Storm. That just all confirmed it. Which whatever.
Okay.
And then a steel cage match. Moxley defends against Joe for the AEW Championship. Whoa, Samoa Joe.
Oh, yay!
Oh.
Okay, I might watch that.
How dare you?
I'm tired of the
mean-
fucking Death Riders. Where's
That's
where's
fine,
the
but
belt?
we're getting
You know
Samoa
what?
Joe and John Moxley in a steel cage.
Oh, what you grabbing?
Come on,
Oh,
because of course,
A belt.
this
It's
is
a
getting
belt.
more screen time than the actual one has gotten. So it's just
wait a minute.
Can't hurt
Hold
you.
on.
Moxley-
Can't
Wait,
hurt you.
time out, sir. Where did you pull that from? Where did that come from? Like,
Don't
what,
worry. Don't ask him questions you want
What-
to
what-
know.
I have a collection up top here.
but you were just like, I got it. You was like, where?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
thought you were in a match somewhere. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, this title's gonna get more airtime than the real one does. So you know,
It does. We never see it. See, that's the thing. I may not watch it, but I still keep up with it. And the Death Riders still bore me. I keep waiting. That's what we keep asking people on our podcast. Like, if you were to try to convince me to watch this again, what should I watch? Because I'm not excited about the women's division at all in any way. I love Mercedes. I like her better when she's in WWE. I like her better in WWE. I don't like her going around collecting belts.
Yeah.
I was like, please go back home. I understand your need for independence. Give it a couple more years. You know, get her Brinks money and then go home, please. Go home because that's where I want to see you.
I'm excited for Moxley and Joe in a cage. Just
Okay, that does.
characters, storyline apart. Like that'll be a fun match.
I love Joe. Yeah, so
me too.
I think I might watch that. Except if I have to watch Moxley Blade anymore, can they hire a new cameraman?
He's blading.
Yeah.
Can they hire a new cameraman who does angles properly?
You want Kevin Dunn?
Time out.
Anyone?
What's blading? What's blading?
Oh, when you use a razor to cut right before you get a hit.
When you do the fake thing, when you try to but he does that a lot. Never mind, forget it. I don't watch AEW. I watch.
He does it on damn near a weekly
Every
basis.
match.
Yeah. I was like, I'm not sure that actually heals. I'm pretty sure if his little girl hits him in the head, it's gonna,
It will.
Yeah.
It will.
It builds up a lot of scar tissue. It's a
thing.
Really attractive. Good luck, Renee.
She's fine. No. Anything else, Mr. Cincinnati?
No.
So y'all
No,
you're the host. You're the host. You have to.
I like it at this point.
excited?
It's one of those things. Like it's one of these things where like we kind of crescendoed and hit everything. That is more of just like I don't know what else there is to talk about here. Like it's been one of the.
You know what else there is to talk about is we want to thank you both for being on. Thank you so much.
Goddamn right. Yes.
Where can everybody check you out? Give your socials. Where can they listen? What time? What day? Give us all the information.
Absolutely. So yeah, I'll tell them. All right. So we just started our Threads account. So I'm on there a lot. I'm on X. We are on Instagram. We are on Facebook for those people who are still on there. And we're on TikTok. So it's Main Event Mamas Podcast or just Main Event Mamas on Twitter because we can't have that many characters there. We're on YouTube every week. Usually we post on Mondays or Tuesdays. It just depends for a couple times in the week. You'll find out because we always post a little teaser right before so you can see us recording and laughing. And just hang out with us. We want to talk. We want to talk about all the things, not just wrestling. We talk, like I said, mom life, parenting, relationships. We've seen it. We've done it. We parent teens, and we're still alive, and so are they. So
does it get
all
better?
the things.
Kinda, maybe.
Does it get any better? My twins turn 3 next Friday. So
no, it does not. It becomes a different.
It's a different level.
Yeah, like I said on my last episode, it's a new growth opportunity. So by the time you reach like where I am, and she is with 17-year-olds, and I have a 15-year-old, you're kind of like, get out.
I mean,
I'm like that now, though.
No.
Okay, no. Okay, let me ask you this question: your twins, are they girls or boys or one of each?
I got a boy and a girl.
Ooh. Okay. So yeah, I would enjoy them now, because as they get bigger, because I don't just have a teenager, I have a 10-year-old, a 9-year-old, and a 7-year-old, and my 9-year-old is the girl. I love her to death, but
She's still mean because my girl's mean now.
Wait, just wait for it.
Just wait till they start doing the pre-puberty, not even puberty, just pre-puberty.
Yeah, and it just starts longer and earlier, and you're like, I tell my husband, I'm like, go get your child before I murder her. And we have this conversation at least once a week where I'm like, can I commit homicide and get out of it or not?
He's the lawyer. He would know.
Yeah, my husband's like, no. My husband's like, I love you, and we need her. We need her to survive. He pretty much.
We don't need her.
But boys too. No, they you know
it's another challenge. It's also a challenge.
You know what? You know
he's
what?
The sweetest boy in the world. Don't you talk about him.
Just wait. Just wait.
That's my dude. Don't you do it.
Listen.
Don't you ruin this for me.
This is coming from a good place, right? You asked the question. You said, is it going to get better? You asked this question. So technically, it'll be wrong for us not to tell you the truth.
Amen.
So it's not going to get better.
It's like
you just have to learn how to roll with the punches.
That's right.
It's a new chapter every age, every gap. When they hit school, when it's
all the activity will become part of that. You never knew.
Now this is a lot of fun.
So just enjoy it, and just enjoy it now. You think them running around and grabbing things that they're not supposed to, and they laugh because they think it's funny because you mad, but you're not really mad because they too cute.
I'm mad.
Just
wait.
Just wait.
So we're gonna have you back on. We're gonna kick Eric off, and we're gonna have the parent pod. Don't worry.
That's fine. You know what? Hey, that's perfectly fine. I'm happy to produce it. I will sit back in the shadows. I will let the parents do their thing and talk wrestling. Yeah, parents empower.
We also talk about relationships and how we survive them. Because I've been married for
maybe you can give us some pointers. Give us some good things.
You can help some people, not me.
Yeah, you. Well, I mean, you
do a
have
podcast
Heather.
So you don't have to see her every day.
Well, she can even come on. She can give us some pointers.
Heather. Okay.
No, okay.
No, you know though, she is
I will tell the podcast. Don't worry, I'll tell her.
She loves that.
Thank you. We want to talk to Heather.
Both Rumbles, she wrote, and I kid you not, and Eric's seen it. She wrote notes on her phone for every entrant in the Rumble about their outfits.
Yep. She's the best dressed. Like
yeah.
Mm-hmm. We definitely want to talk to her.
It's the energy.
We're working on it. We got to get her. We got to get her confidence up. She wants to do the fit check with the podcast mom.
I mean, well, tell her she can come with us. We're very warm. We're very fun. She's gonna have a great time breaking down outfits. Yeah. It'll be great.
This is fun. Eric, go away. This was fun.
Well, thank you guys for inviting us for sure.
Thank you guys for joining us. We have a feeling that this is not going to be the last time you're on the show. So thank you so very much for joining. And thank you to everybody that is watching us tonight. Remember, follow us on X and TikTok at Junkies Pod. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram at Wrestling Junkies Pod. But subscribe to that YouTube channel. We're on the road to 500 subscribers. Tell one person. That is all we ask. We will be back tomorrow. We're going to be breaking down Dynamite. We're going to be closing out the week. Be on the lookout for a new episode of Coastal Empire Wrestling After the Empire, where we break down all of the madness at Bedlam at the Brew House. Thank you to everybody that has joined us this evening. Thank you to our guests. Once again, I am Mr. Cincinnati. That is the podcast dad. This has been the Wrestling Junkies podcast. Until next time, enjoy the graps. Ladies, stick around for just 1 second.